blocked in by about 4 or 5 undercover cops because I had a customer. They actually did a police chase in one of my cars, and they returned the car back to me like nothing happened. You get what I'm saying? And a day later, cops blocked me in, and before I knew it, they was like, yo, this car was involved in a police chase. We got to ask you some questions. I had a client that took my rental halfway across the country. Yes, I had a client that rented from me. It was actually 2 guys. It was a client and his friend, and they rented 2 cars from me, and they took my car from New York to West Bubble. It was definitely a crazy situation how it happened, and I tell people all the time, you want to learn from this experience. So I'm going to give you what happened to me so that this can never, hopefully never happens to you. So clients came to me, they hit me up, found my phone number through Google. They said, hey, I need a car. I said, okay, cool. And guys, keep in mind, this is actually when I first started my car rental business years ago. So this is like one of my, I think maybe like my 2nd or 3rd reservation I've ever done. So clients hit me up, they need a rental. Cool, I got them. Now, they pull up, they say, hey, I need 2 cars. It's me and my friend, we both need a rental to move around. So I rented them 2 vehicles. And they sent me the license and the insurance. Now, I'm thinking it looks good. License to me looked good at the time. The insurance, now, here was the funny part with the insurance. I called the customer, I said, hey, look, we got to verify your insurance just to make sure that everything checks out. And the customer tells me, hey, look, I actually have an insurance rep already. I'm just going to add them to the line. Now, me being new to the business, I'm thinking, oh, okay, that's cool. You already have an insurance rep that can verify it. All right, let's do it. So he adds the insurance rep to the line. I asked the insurance rep, quote unquote, you know, the questions like, hey, is it active policy? Is it full coverage? Will this cover for the rental? You know, all the questions that we need to ask to make sure that the car is, you know, the client's insurance is what it's supposed to be. So long story short, that insurance was fake, and so was the insurance rep. That was actually his sister, that I come to find out. So I learned from that. Either way, they get the car, they take it from New York. I checked the GPS. They're like states away, like hundreds of miles away. And they're racking up Easy Pass. If you guys know, that's like the tolls, you know, from the bridges and stuff like that. They're racking those up. They're racking up speed camera tickets, red light camera violations, like all this kind of stuff. And it came to thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in violations that I at the time had to pay because I was misinformed, right? I jumped into the industry. I just got right to it, right? So a lot of information I had to learn from experience. So you're gonna have customers like that. You know, these customers, for me to even get the car back, I had to trick them to get the car back. They didn't want to return it. They wanted their deposit back instantly, all this kind of stuff. So I'm gonna show you guys right now how to avoid all of this kind of stuff. You guys should not have to go through these type of headaches. Is it annoying? Yes. Are these 100% avoidable? I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes some clients may slip through the crack, you know, but I'm going to show you how to structure out your car rental business to where you're not dealing with stuff like this, with customers like this, and people are afraid to even start the business because they say, what if somebody steals my car? What if this, what if that? So I'm about to break it down to you guys right now. So when dealing with customers, guys, always make sure you vet. That's number one. Always vet them, background check, screen them, right? You need to make sure that you're doing your due diligence so that the person that's getting into your car, you have a good feeling that they're going to be a good renter. If you get any red flag, do not give them the car. So how do you vet them? One way is simply going through their social media, seeing what they post, what they do. If I see you're posting vulgar stuff, you're posting crimes and like and all that kind of stuff, you know you don't look like you respect yourself, I'll be honest, I'm probably not going to give you the car. Just being real with you. That's one way. Two, we can get logistical. You can use White Pages. That's a free platform. You can get background checks on people, or you can use Intellius. You can actually check people's records, check their licenses, DMV records. That's a separate website. You could check their state DMV website and search them up, right? See, okay, does this client have a good record? You know, are they who they actually say they are? Verify that license and verify that person qualifies to rent from you. Another way I like to vet is simply talking to them on the phone. Talking to your customer can tell you a lot. Just simply have a conversation with them, right? Or you or your team member. I mean, if you're watching this, I don't know if you have employees or you might be doing it by yourself. Doesn't matter. Either way, speak to the client. Get a feel for them. How do they speak? How are they? Like, do they seem like they're in a rush? That's a red flag. Are they pushy? Are they already cursing on the phone? Another red flag. Like, I look at all these type of things and determine if somebody is a good fit for my car or not, right? So always keep these things in check. When you're getting a customer, always vet them. Do not give your car out without vetting them. You need to make sure you know who is getting into your rental. Second thing, and one of the most important things, I do not rent out any cars without this, is trackers and kill switch. Make sure that every car you have on the road has at least, at minimum, 2 tracking devices and a kill switch. Always. You need to be able to find your car wherever it is and be able to shut it off wherever it is for whatever reason. Let's say a customer is late on payment, you got to kill switch the car. Let's say somebody might have stole your car, you got to be able to locate it. You know, all these kind of things. So make sure you always have these devices in every car. I personally do not let any car touch the road without it. So for these devices, you can actually use one-step GPS. I actually use them myself. They come with both a kill switch and a tracker. If you guys want a discount, just say you know me, right, and they'll actually hook you guys up. You can just DM me on IG or whatever, or comment down below, and I'll show you guys how to get the discount for the devices. That's one-step GPS. You guys also got Trackhawk. That's another one. You want to get the hardwired devices though, guys. Don't get the ones that are plugged into the OBD2, because the customer can just rip it out and there goes your tracking. So always get the hardwired devices. Now if you do want like a backup tracker, so to say, that's not as secure, but it does give you good information. You can get a bouncy. You plug that right in, like underneath the steering wheel, into the OBD2, and it updates you with live information on what the car is, how the engine level is, as in if it's being abused or anything like that, if it's overheating, if it needs oil changes, check engine light, gas level, mileage. You see all that kind of stuff. But I like hardwired more because it's actually hardwired into the vehicle's wiring system. So it's not something that a client can just grab and just rip out. So do not put your cars out on the road, guys, without these, please. You can throw a little air tag in there, whatever you want, that's cool as well, but make sure you have those hardwired devices and that kill switch in there with the tracker so your car is protected. Look at these cars as an asset. These cars are your assets. You need to be able to protect them each and every single day. You need to know where they're at, be able to turn it off. You need to have all this type of information, so make sure that you guys have this set and don't rent out your car without it. And now my last thing I want to give to you to handle customers the proper way is always have contract. Don't rent out your car without proper documentation. Have an ironclad contract. Make sure the customer signs it. Make sure it has all your car's info. Make sure it has all your rules, your regulations, deposits, all that on there. Charge a deposit for your rentals as well. Okay, so you have some type of leverage over these clients, whether it's $250, $500, $1,000 deposit. It all depends on the class of the car. So this car right here, I charge anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 deposit, simply because it's a high class vehicle. It's a Rolls Royce. So now if you rent out a Honda, like one of my Hondas, I charge like $400 deposit. I have a Toyota, I charge like $250 deposit. So it all depends on the year, condition, and type of vehicle that you are going to be renting. But yes, charge a deposit and have that stated on the contract as well. And another pro tip, guys, I do not refund deposits same day. You need to be able to inspect the car, wait for any tickets or tolls that might come into the mail, and check everything out. And you can't do that within an hour of the customer giving you back the car. So inspect it. Don't return the deposit instantly. If the customer asks, hey, can I get my deposit back right now? Guess what? Red flag. They might have known that they did something and they're probably trying to get away with it. So what I always do, I say, hey, on my contract, you get your deposit back within 7 to 14 days, and that's that. You sign it, it is what it is. And if you guys actually want my contract, just comment below that you need the contracts, and I'll actually send it over to you. That's not a problem. Even if you're renting to your friends or family, stuff like that, guys, I'm telling you guys this now, have a contract between you guys, because this is what always going to protect you from accidents, from any legal problems, whatever the case is. You need to have that leverage. You got to understand you're a business owner. Okay, you're not running just a little side hustle. You're an actual business owner. You own a car rental agency. You own a car rental company. So you need to have the proper documentation to protect you. You don't want to be liable for something that somebody else does. Guys, imagine a customer takes one of your rentals, they crash, and now you gotta come out of pocket for it, or it's your fault. Now it's pinned on you. What's the point? It defeats the purpose of being a business owner. You need to be able to transfer the liability from whatever the customer did. That should be their fault. It should be on them. They should be due to pay for whatever damages or whatever hassle they have caused. So what protects you with that is having a contract, guys. There's so many situations I've been in to where if I didn't have a contract, I could have been liable for some good stuff. If you guys know, I went viral on Instagram for actually getting pulled over in one of my vehicles. Not pulled over, but blocked in by about 4 or 5 undercover cops because I had a customer. They actually did a police chase in one of my cars, and they returned the car back to me like nothing happened. You get what I'm saying? And a day later, cops blocked me in, and before I knew it, they was like, yo, this car was involved in a police chase. We got to ask you some questions. If I didn't have the proper documentation proving that I was a car rental business, it could have went left. So make sure that you guys document everything. You guys have your contracts, and you're not skipping your procedure for nothing and nobody. All right? So, guys, remember, contracts, trackers, and kill switches, and always vet all of your clients before they touch your car. If you guys do these 3 steps right here, you will be just fine. All right? And if you always need any help, you guys can reach out to me. I have all my information right here in the description, and we can work together, guys. Let's get to it. I got a free community. Pull up, man. Come on board, learn some stuff, get some game, and make some money. All right, so with that being said, guys, I see you guys on the next video. I see you at the top because the bottom way too crowded, and we never looking down on anyone unless we're willing to pick them up. Let's get it. Let's go.